Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain why you should always use ND filters, even for a live stream. So disclaimer, I'm an educator and I'm self-taught, so I'm passing this information along. This information is come from my studies over the years of practicing videography and photography. So with that said, in this video's demonstration, I'm demonstrating a 1080p 60. That means your shutter speed should be at 1/25 of a second. Your ISO depends on the situation in hand and the scene. Your white balance should be manual controlled. So keep that in mind. When I am using this third-party app called the Premium Studios Live app, I'm using this app to control everything manually. Now, most YouTubers will use the YouTube app. So with that said, I'm gonna show you why you should always use an ND filter. Right now, I'm using a 6-stop ND filter. If I was to take this 6-stop off, everything is just overexposed. And some of you are gonna say, well, you overexposed your shot on purpose. No, it's at its correct shutter speed, 1/25, not 1/60th. So when you put on the 6-stop ND filter, you get a correct exposure. Now, when it's bright and high like this, you should use a 6-stop and a CPL, because sometimes you need 7.5 stops when the sun is high in the sky. So with that said, everyone, I am using my Zhiyun Weebly 2 gimbal with my iPhone 14 Pro, and I changed the setup. I am using my Rode Wireless Go to demonstrate this, to teach you why you should always use ND filters for video. But the shutter speed is not the only issue. Screen tear is an issue. When you're shooting at 24 frames, 30 frames, 60 frames, especially if you're shooting 24 frames. If you don't put an ND filter on, you're gonna see, you will not see that natural motion blur. You're gonna see a blur and it doesn't look right. So keep that in mind why you should use an ND filter. But also ND filters do a lot of things to skin tone, to your scenery, and the filters I'm using are premium tier 1 filters. Now, the price may vary based on the filter, but it's best to buy them in the bulk as a set. So keep that in mind. I left the links down to everything that I'm using. So I just want to clearly demonstrate why I know most people will not ever try to shoot manually on a live stream. That's because they didn't teach themselves over time. And over time, you teach yourself this technique, you become a master at it, and you should pass that information along. And that's what I'm doing, showing you in real time what would happen if I removed the ND filter. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm gonna step into the street and demonstrate this one more time, why ND filters are sunglasses for your cameras, including your smartphones. Now, I'm gonna take this 6-stop ND filter off from Maven Filters, and you can clearly see once again, it is highly overexposed, but it's actually correct exposure. Like I said, I'm shooting this in 1080p 60. You should be at shutter speed 125 or 1/25, so you can get that naturally smooth blur, as you can see, smooth blur every single time. So with that said, everyone, take this guide with a grain of salt. I'm the Panda Photographer, everyone. Please do subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support the channel, there are links to my Patreon, there are links to my PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, where you can help address and help me build this channel with love, not with hate. We do not want that. We want your support, mental health support. If you're a counselor and you come to my channel, if you're a teacher, educator, I would love to talk to you, because these things are important. But with that said, everyone, walking around the neighborhood. I came from the storage trying to fix the wagon. That's what I've been all this time. Trying to fix the wagon. And it's been kind of successful, but not successful. I still need a ton of crazy glue and baking soda. So the reason why I'm using my Zhiyun or Zhiyun Weebly 2 is because the Smooth 5 in vertical mode with all my settings the gimbal started to act up because it hit that threshold of that 300-gram limit. So, with that said, so ladies and gentlemen, ND filters are sunglasses for your camera. You should always use them. So, if anyone says, well, this is not a cinema shot, you're not shooting a movie, you're not shooting any dialogue, why are you shooting manually? Like again, you should always control your settings when shooting any type of video. Shutter speed, ISO, white balance, it should be all controlled. And I noticed this gimbal is much smoother than the 5S, even though it's a pro gimbal. But keep that in mind. Once again, I'm going to demonstrate it one more time. Yeah, it's a pretty loud area. This is why. That's very funny thumbnail, Panda. Yeah, it's one of my old college photographs. When we're celebrating, what was that, 2010, I think? I was getting lit, friend. All the Korean girls were buying me drinks. They were trying to sauce me up. They were trying to get me in that bed. I was like, E ain't playing that, friend. But they knew E, so. But with that said, everyone, I'm going to show you one more time why you should always use ND filters for your cameras or smartphones when you're shooting video, period. Please do not shoot in, listen, if you're going to record video, please shoot RAW or log. Please don't shoot in MP4s because that's not how you color grade footage. Please don't do that. Once again, overexpose. Why? Because my exposure is actually correct. What shutter should you be at if you're shooting 1080, P60 or 60 frames a second? What shutter speed you should be at? That includes in 4K. In 4K, what shutter speed should you be shooting at if you're shooting 60? 1/25. So keep that in mind, everybody. I'm the Panda Photographer, and it's a very warm and very warm day. So you thought it was end of the world? Well, I don't know. For some people, it might be. Right, Ghost in the Darkness. He keeps emailing me, guys. I'm posting this up on my Facebook groups, and everyone was like, "Yo, dude, this guy is either a stalker or he's literally retarded." I shouldn't say that word, because that's what people on Facebook are saying. See, the thing is that people are still not understanding. These so-called haters, general, they just won't give up. They just refuse to accept the inevitable, that you're not going to win. You're never going to win. You might play dirty, but at the end, you are not going to win. Because now everybody knows who you are. like this morning, talking to some of the, guests at Starbucks, and they were like, where you been? Are you trying to avoid us? I'm like, no. But they know why. They know why. But when customers come in, it's like, oh, Panda, are you back? Or what's going on? I saw your video. You need help in anything? I was like, legal advice? Yeah, I need help legally to get these guys. So, yeah, it's just sad that people notice all these folks making these so-called YouTube accounts, making false statements, accusations, when video and photos and everything is proof of concept. So, ladies and gentlemen, I get a lot of dislikes because people are just hateful towards black individuals with intelligence. So, I'm saying that in fairness because that's what it is. This is all racially motivated. It's not about homelessness. The homelessness is just the icing on the cake. But what really is the cake is not only because I'm houseless, it's because I'm black too. And mind you, can you honestly say that you can trust a black person? How many of you white people, you Asian people, you Jewish people can actually really say that? Do you have a black friend you can trust? Because honestly, most of these haters are motivated by that discrimination, and yeah, it's just calling me black piece of crap, and yeah, that's why you black people always gonna, yeah, things like that being said. It's just disgusting. So, but yeah, I'm just hanging out, man. Just came back from the storage. I decided to put this setup on the Zhiyun Weebly 2 because the Smooth S, it just hit the 300 gram and it's not holding up the setup in vertical mode. It can hold it in landscape, but it won't hold it up in vertical mode. This is why I think the Smooth, the mobile gimbal should have a 400 gram minimum or a 350 gram minimum. 300 is just a little light, bro, a little light. But other than that, everyone, using ND filters, kambawa, that means good evening in Japanese. Take it with a grain of salt. We're gonna check out the worst United States Postal Service location right up this block here. They try to violate my right, trying to receive free mail. So if you guys don't know, you can go to the United States Postal Service. If you're homeless or you're houseless, you live out your RV, you're traveling from state to state, you can use the United States Postal Service, and it's called general delivery. So basically what it is that you're using the United States Postal Service as your drop-off box center. Not a P.O. box, just a drop-off. You have up to 30 days to pick up that mail. If you don't pick up that mail within the 30 days, they will send it back to the sender. So this post office here has that service. But when I tried to use that service and picked up my mail, I was given, so you can't use this service, it's for homeless people. It's not just for homeless people. It's for people traveling that don't trust hotels. It's for people that don't want to trust hostels because mail gets stolen. And some hotels charge you a fee, like the Hilton will charge you a fee to, mind you, to get mail delivered to a hotel. And if you want someone to deliver that mail to your door, you have to pay a $5 fee, I believe it is. So keep that in mind. Why is this gimbal doing that? Why is it shaking? Uh-oh, it doesn't like the setup. It's too light. It's too light. But with that said, everyone, so I've been using this, I used it only one time, and I asked to speak to the postmaster. Oh, that person's not in right now. Ma'am, do you know I can use this service regardless if I'm not homeless or not? If I'm traveling, keep this in mind, United States Postal Service. If I'm traveling, I'm houseless, homeless, live in my RV, I have a right to use your post office to get the mail. Why is your colleague sitting here discriminating based on how I'm dressed? Oh, I don't look homeless, so it's not for me. You see that, lady one? I don't dress like a homeless person, but you see how people discriminate? Because I don't dress the part? What? Yeah, this black woman in here. I told her I'm houseless. She goes, look pretty good to be houseless. You see how you see that? Not the statement I was looking for. So yeah, I went to pick up my mail. This is what I picked up, this wireless system, the Rode. Henry sent me. So this post office is very bad. Mind you, I just delivered something and it told me by Friday, guarantee it would be there. Guess what? It wasn't delivered until Monday. So with that said, everyone, I'm trying to stay in the shade. I've been in the sun all day. Well, not all day. I've been inside all day sweating in that stupid storage trying to fix my wagon. But with that said, I'm gonna show this one more time. Oh, overexposure. What are you doing, Panda? No, bro, look at this. Look at the change. You see it? You see this? Look at that. Just look through the lens. Look at that. You're like, put it back on, Panda. Put it back on. This is why you should use an ND filter. And by the way, a lot of YouTubers are streaming wrong in the first place. They're not even looking at their freaking settings. Especially when they do live streams in the city, they're not even paying attention because they're using the Facebook and not the Facebook, I'm sorry. They're using the YouTube app all the time because they want the super chats. I'm not using that app for super chats. I don't even want super chats because YouTube takes 38% of those super chats? Yeah, so if you donate $5, they're gonna take 38%. So just fair warning. But that's why I'm using this third-party app. It does, mind you, YouTube app does not give you manual controls. You can't do this on a YouTube app. Check this out. You can't do this. You can't show pictures or, wait, I'm not done. You can't show even video. Let me show you some video. Okay, oh no, I can't show that. No. Oh yeah, let's show this it's from yesterday. Look at this disgracefulness. This is what the YouTube app cannot do for you. Don't be scared, boys. That's your human right.
Recorded. I'm
I put my life on the line to protect these kids. And I got a whole bunch of hate for it.
Hey, I want to fuck this nigga up. He cracked him with the bottle.
I put my life on the line for those children, and I'm being hated for it. Think about that. All the moms and dads out there, listen to what I'm telling you. I was protecting your child because it's our duty as adults and parents and future parents and as an American to uphold and teach these young people about their Constitution, their human and civil rights, as I was yesterday. That's why they shared those footage with me. And then they follow me on Instagram too. So, fair warning. So this is why I'm promoting and giving them shout outs. Because they helped me put that video together. I want you guys to see what goes on in this city. I put my life to protect your children. And I'm the one being hated on for doing so. I've been told to not my own damn business. Crazy, right? Hey Panda, not your business. Why are you in people's business? This is why you fucking homeless. And you don't fucking know how to. It is our business. Everything that you do on these streets that, mind you, pose a harm to the community. It is my business. Why is that gimbal shaking like that? You see that, everyone? I need to readjust it. Give me a second here. Let me readjust this crazy gimbal. Doing wacky stuff. What are you doing, friend? Why are you acting so wacky? Alright, I'm gonna put you on level 2. Alright, gotcha. See, this is how easy it is to adjust the gimbal. It took me less than 5 seconds. Boom. This is why I get a Zhiyun with gimbal. But with that said, everyone, I got a lot of hate for it. Got these emails that I've been posting on Facebook group communities. It's called the spammer payback, but you know, take it with a grain of salt. A couple people comment and said, "Who is this guy?" It's not just one guy, but they're like, "Is this the same?" No, different people. This is why Ghost in the Shell wants to email you and tell me that I'm the one that needs a grammar reconstruction of my grammar. I'm like, really? I'm gonna say this again. How many languages can you speak, friend? Other than the bullshit that you say. How many languages that you can write in? That's gonna blow you away when I do it. How many languages can you write? Exactly. Shut up. But yeah, I've been hated for helping children. That's crazy. How you get hated for protecting children from a drunk Mexican that can't stop drinking? I'm saying Mexican because that's what he was. He's not a Mexican because Mexicans can do the job. He's a Mexican. Can't not do shit but drink with the Polish. Yeah. And mind you, I bet he got beat up later on because he probably drunk the Polish dude's drinks while they're unconscious. They probably woke up like, "Where's my booze?" "Oh, the Mexican dude drunk it. Oh, they're gonna kick his ass now." They always get into fights. They always will. This is why I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to support Justin. Justin wants to keep drinking with them. Hey, man, this is why you got swollen arms. You got a fat hand that looks like it's affected. Yeah, this dude, he got scars. Like, it looks like the streets got to him. Yeah, you should see his body. All of their bodies. Just looks disgusting. Like, mind you, you can tell they're alcoholics. Just the sores on their skin. It's just disgusting, bro. That's why when I give Justin a fist bump, I always sanitize my hands after. Because this dude touched everyone and anything. That's the problem. But anyway, I'm hot and I'm sweaty. So I'm going to let you guys go. But I just want to talk to you for a minute before I walk. Actually, I'm taking a train. I don't feel like walking. I'm going back this way. Oh, why is this thing wobbling so much? See, this gimbal, it's doing something weird. It doesn't like this load. It likes the other load for some reason. I guess this is it's too light. It is kind of too light. But it keeps vibrating. And mind you, I balanced it already. See, and it's not balanced itself correctly. See, it's tilted on one side. Yeah. I think I need to get another gimbal that can hold this setup. I don't want to use this gimbal for this setup. It's just too much for this setup. It's overkill. It's much smoother, but it's overkill. And the weight, it's a factor. But anyway, folks, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.